In looking at this game on Sunday, Baltimore a 6.5-point home favorite over Cleveland, I think it really comes down to your opinion of the Baltimore Ravens, because I think there's a general consensus on the Browns. This is not one of the better teams in the AFC, most likely not going to contend for the playoffs this year, and I think the vast majority of NFL fans understand that. Now, opinions vary slightly. Some people think the Browns are going to be a 3 or 4 win team, others think they're going to be a 7 or 8 win team. But there's not many people making a case for Cleveland as a playoff contender or Cleveland as one of the favorites in their division or anything like that. It's just the team's still a work in progress, first-year coach, young quarterback. They're most likely going to lose more games than they win, and most people understand that. With Baltimore, it's different. Opinions vary greatly when it comes to the Ravens. Some people think this is a really good team that just ran into a buzzsaw in Week 1 out in Denver. The Broncos, after all, might be the best team in the entire NFL. Others think the Ravens' Week 1 performance is indicative of what we're going to see from this team throughout the season, a defense that allowed the most points in franchise history. That defense, of course, was gutted in the offseason, and those people think that Baltimore might be a 6 or 7 win team this year, very similar to Cleveland. If that's where you come down on the Ravens, then Cleveland plus 6.5 on the road here might be a good play, because the road team has had a lot of success in this rivalry recently. The road team 7-0 against the spread in the last 7 Cleveland-Baltimore games, and the Browns defense did show something last week against the Miami Dolphins in new defensive coordinator Ray Horton's first game. So there's a case to be made here for Cleveland, but that case involves you thinking the Ravens are not going to be very good this season. Now, as for me, I'm not really on that page. I don't think the Ravens are going to be really good. As a matter of fact, I don't expect them to make the playoffs. However, I do think they're going to be a clear cut above the Cleveland Browns. The Ravens are fine on offense. The offense was not the problem last week. Now, I don't think Joe Flacco should be throwing the ball 62 times. That's not when the Ravens are at their best. But I don't think he will throw it 62 times most games, including this week. I expect the Ravens to get back to running the football, featuring Ray Rice. And I think the Baltimore defense is going to play much better after being embarrassed on the road in Denver last week. Keep in mind, this is not Peyton Manning and the Broncos they're going to be facing. This is Brandon Weeden and the Cleveland Browns. So it's not one of my favorite games of the week because I'm taking a little bit of a wait-and-see position on the Baltimore Ravens, but I do lean towards Baltimore minus 6.5 here.